You asked me if emotions are numbers, if love is numbers. On a personal level, I would probably say no, because numbers will, like, there's something that's definite about numbers. You know, you might have if you're looking for a square root of something, it might come out as a fraction or a decimal. You know, you might equal 19 point blah, 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 and go on for infinity. Let me think.
This is like a big question that I always ask myself, so I'm not sure. Do I think love is number? No, I don't think so. I don't think that everything is decided. I don't think that love is decided, or like it's a number that it's artificial or it's already written.
Basically, everything is based on mathematics and physics around the world. So I think emotions can be calculated, therefore analyzed, therefore they can be mathematics. I mean, I do believe that everything is more or less based on mathematics, but in the same time,
All is number, love discovers itself, lost in a number, found in another, without any help, which counts to be mathematically helpful. Love is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, till after number none. Love is all in a world where all is love. I feel satisfied that we're throwing in numbers into words, because it's fun to see that you can use the shapes, you can play around with numbers and letters, and you can still get something understandable out of it.
I like the playfulness with the numbers embedded into the words. I think that's really cool. Finding love maybe in a digital world, or a world dominated by mathematics and statistics. Maybe you can find a connection to sort of modern techniques for that, like, you know, algorithms picking partners, that sort of thing.
It's really dynamic to read, to think about which number represents which letter, because mathematics is kind of logical, it's all about the numbers, and then love is not at all logical. It's like not rational. It's interesting to combine love and mathematics, because in love things sometimes don't make sense.
It's like two different worlds, they come together here. The logical and the emotional world.
All is number. Love discovers itself. Lost in a number, found in another. Without any help, which count to be mathematically helpful. Love is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, till after number none. Love is all in a world where all is love.
I really love the love is all in a world where all is love.
That's pretty too.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it can also mean that we're all in a matrix, that love is also only numbers.
I don't think love is a number, because you can't...
No, I don't think emotions are something that can be quantified by numbers. So I hope not. I hope that robots and AI will not be able to mimic in the same way human emotion.
Because a robot is analyzing everything, and actually, like, at least for me, love is the exact opposite. You don't analyze like everything in that like mathematical or logic way, which is like...
Love discovers itself, lost in a number, found in another. I don't necessarily have to give a literal meaning to it, right? So I would say so necessarily what I'm saying, like obviously what I'm saying is number could be something else, like not an actual number. It could be a person, for example, you know, lost in a person, found in another, or somehow like this.
All is a number. The way I understood it is all is artificial, simulated. Love discovers itself. This sentence would be like the opposite of what I said before about everything being artificial.
All is number, because for me it shows like kind of what life is. It's it's a number. Like you are a number maybe, and also a number like how long you live maybe. So it shows like that we are all the same in the end.
Emotions come and go, emotions change, you might feel different. Numbers change for sure, but I think numbers hold something that can be so, it can be so satisfying to figure something out definitely about a number, but the emotions are...
I don't think robots will someday replace humans. I mean, they already have replaced some parts of our, but not in the way that it's portrayed in the movies or like these things. I don't think that there will come a day like as a dystopian AI movie or something.
They're trying to mimic human emotions. We're training them also how to respond to things. We have to feed it and then it learns, and they're smart, machine learning, but I'm not 100% sure if it will be able to fully encompass what it is to truly feel like a human does. Each individual has a capacity to feel differently, and our life experiences, our traumas, our perceptions that come from our personal like social upbringing and the different cultures that we come from, those shape how we interact with the world. And I would be curious to say that, or I would be skeptical to say that that AI would be able to fully encompass the individual, because each society produces a different type of people. AI yet it's global and universal, and maybe AI coming from one country will look different than the AI coming from another country, which it already is. I don't fully know. I'm not sure I can say that yes, they will be able to out-emotion people.
How the technology is being advanced more and more all the time, I could say that maybe it could be, but in the same time I wouldn't really like it or want it or prefer it. But other than this, I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Maybe it is possible that AI will someday be able to feel emotions like a human will, but I don't know if it's going to be more than us humans do. I'm not sure if it will be within my time of being on Earth, and maybe it does come, but then it comes down to the questions of ethics. Is that something we really want to do? You're interchanging letters with numbers, and I'm still able to read it because I know the word, but also the shape of it gives you the idea. You can see that this 3 is to be an E, or this 5 is to be an S. And some of them are not as clear. Like the 4 doesn't look just like a number, but because I know what goes around it, I understand. And you see here how it starts by saying all is number, and at the end all is love. And something that's really fascinating about numbers is the fact that numbers are always definite. You know, like you will always, if you say 2 plus 2, it will for sure equal 4. But one might question what we mean with words. You know, there's definitions to words, but people use words differently and with different understanding behind it. There might be a concrete definition, but that might change between different languages. But what stays matter of fact is numbers are always the same no matter the language. And mathematically, that's helpful. As you said, mathematically helpful. The quotation, lost in a number, and then you end here, but found in another. So we're lost and then we're found.
This is a nice S. It's probably not a robot, or it could be, but I love that S, yes.
Well, it looks like somebody's rear end to me, but...
For me, look like the cookie, that like the fortune cookie, like fortune cookies.
Yeah. The poem and the picture are both sort of cheesy and playful.
It kind of brings a bit of childish behavior of the way that you wrote it, but it's definitely not childish, the meaning of it. Kind of sarcastically, let's say, or in a humoristic way, I would describe it as funny, but at the same time, not so much, to be honest.
It's geometric, it's repeating, it's symmetric.
So it exactly looks pretty logical, like which fits to the numbers.
Yeah, it's a grid.
Repetition, I guess, of the numbers and data.
It's kind of shaped like a matrix.
For me, it looks like ass cheeks. It's a behind of a person. At least this is what I see. It's the 2 legs and a buttocks. I see symmetry. I see 2 and 2, and then it's a repetition of the same thing. And so it's more abstract, but I could say yes, it fits to it. I like it because it's aesthetically pleasing, and also because it's repeating itself. And numbers do that. Numbers repeat themselves. You add things up, and they equal to something, and you can divide that out, and you still have another number.
If it came to a point where robots replaced humans or became like at the same level of humans, like if they managed to evolve to a point where they have feelings and emotions, then this would be a proof that we are robots as well, because like what would be the difference? But this is the philosophical question, like are we special or are we not?